Today, I'm going to be wrapping presents for every individual that I freaking love. I'm also wanting to talk about the fear of being alone because during the holidays, I am feeling alone. Anyways, cheers to the matcha. So good. Oh my god, I literally have 14 minutes to literally summarize this whole entire thing. And I don't know if there's going to be a voiceover or not, but if it is, hi guys. If it isn't, hi guys still. I wanted to be talking about the fear of being alone, even though I'm going to kind of just write it off what I wrote in my computer because I feel more comfortable. So I'm going to start off by, let's understand why the fear of being alone is. It's an emotional complex of an emotion that can take in many forms of loneliness and isolation, or a deep conversation of sense of disconnection, as we know. The core of being alone is tied to our human need for connection. We're just basically social creatures. We just thrive in relationships with family, friends, and just honestly, girlfriends and boyfriends, your relationship partners. Humans have an innate desire for belonging. Our brains are just wired to seek connection, companionship, and in fact, feeling isolated. It can trigger the same part of our brain that responds to physical pain. That's why being alone for extended periods of time can feel very emotionally overwhelming. And sometimes it can just cause even more stress, to be honest. Yikes. So I'm gonna get into it. So the very first question is, why does being alone make us feel so uneasy? Okay, and here's some of the reasons. Number one is a deep of disconnection. We live in a world where we often feel like connecting is easier than ever, and the number one thing is social media. A lot of people tend to be on their phones most of the time. Why? Because it's kind of superficial, Social media allows us to connect with millions and millions of people, and even thousands of people actually. And honestly, many of us just still feel lonely deep down, and we still feel disconnected from others no matter what. And honestly, we just don't feel seen or heard, which is the most difficult. And when we don't, we just we keep scrolling down on our TikToks and Instagrams and social medias, okay? And that's not okay. That's literally not okay. You can literally still be on your social media and still feel disconnected. That's what I'm basically trying to say, okay? The other thing is a self-reflection. We're alone, we often embrace our own thoughts and emotions. This is a very difficult thing because it enforces us to confront things that we might just don't want to. And it can be, for example, insecurities or anxieties or just our unsolved issues. And when you guys start putting your unsolved issues to the side, it creates even more bigger side issues, like unsolved issues, and it becomes more harder to handle it because you let that basically problem grow, and you're over here like, oh my god, I can't do it anymore, it's too much, no, I'm just gonna dump it all and just avoid it. And what is it gonna do? It's gonna keep growing more because you have never dealt with it when it was right here. So that's another thing. And instead, I feel like it's much easier to distract ourselves with work or just honestly with our friends or just noise, company, so that we don't have to sit in silence with our own minds, because our minds can be very, very dangerous. Let me tell you that for sure. I come from a very, very, very negative mind, and sometimes I do have struggles, and I don't want to tell you what my negative thoughts are because they're very, very strong. I probably would be in a psych ward if I were to tell this to my therapist, even though I don't have one. Let's see. The third thing would be the fear of abandonment. I struggle with this one the most still. The fear of abandonment for some people, especially for those who have a history of trauma and just insecure attachments, being alone can be very triggering and deep-seated fears of being abandoned or just rejected. It's not because of the physical solitude, but it's about the emotional pain that can come from the feeling unimportant or forgotten. For example, a person can be sitting in a bench and just waiting for someone that just doesn't show up. What is that person gonna feel? It's gonna feel lonely. It's gonna feel unwanted. It's going to feel like they didn't deserve that person to come, or you weren't good enough for that person. It's gonna make you feel worthless. And that's why I don't like to hang out with people because I've had people leave me. I've had people ditch me actually for things that were just dumb. And I learned to handle these emotions eventually, even though I still struggle and I still think of them. And this is where we're gonna come, because our past is not supposed to come back. We're supposed to be moving not into the future, we're supposed to be present. There you go. That's what I'm trying to say. Another thing. Okay, now that we're done with this part, now that we understand the fear of being alone, let's talk about how we cope with it, and let's just embrace the solitude, and we can turn it into something just positive, okay? This podcast is not gonna be all negative, okay? Let me tell you that, guys, for sure. Okay, the number one thing that we should do to basically just be positive is work or practice on self-companionship. Instead of viewing being alone and something we fear, try to see it as an opportunity to nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself and allow yourself the time and space to heal, grow, and just recharge. For some of the examples that I'm going to give you, it could be putting mirrors, little quotes, not mirrors. Oh my God, why would you buy mirrors? What the fuck? Putting quotes or just admirations into the mirrors, or just like your laptops being like, I am worthy. I love myself. I am slowly starting to love myself. Just positive things. I am meant to be here. I am the person that I want to become, and I will become this person. And you put another a vision that you want to do just right next to it. I am beautiful. I love your hair. Like the smallest things. I started putting these actually around my laptop and my tablet because I struggled with it during finals week. You can't tell how bad my negative thoughts are during fashion week. Sorry, why would I say that? Yeah, fashion week, finals week. It's the most stressful thing ever, because you studied your whole entire semester to fail? No, you're gonna study your ass off to be able to pass those things. And so I would be like, no, I won't be able to do this. I can't do this. No, like it's not me. Like I'm not meant for this. And so I started putting them around my tablets and my computers because I was like, I am going to pass this. I started being delusional. You have to be delusional no matter how rot your brain is, literally, how negative your thoughts are. You have to be delusional, even though you feel like you have that feeling of looking stupid. Okay. That's what I do, and I really recommend it. Another thing is just journaling. You don't have to be writing 5 things that you're grateful for. You can just start with writing 3 the first week, every single day. Then after that, the second week, write 5 things that you're grateful for. And then little by little, by the end of the month, you can start writing your whole entire day on how you went. Literally. I'm going to, guys, give you a little thing because I did stop journaling and I barely started. And I started actually because of a movie, the movie Goosebumps. And you know where I'm going to go with this? I'm kind of going to go, let's see if you guys understand. Goosebumps, how do they exist? The books. What happens to the books when you open them? The monster comes out. What does the monster do? It literally tries to kill the kids, no matter what, in the Goosebumps movie. And how can we, return that monster into the book? Well, we have to write down the story again, and then we have to open it because that freaking dummy decided to freaking burn all the books. And so once you open it, the monster gets in. That's how I think about journaling. We're the journals, and we're not the journals, but we have the journal. We open the journal, we write about the most awfulest thing that we have in our brains, that we keep thinking in our brains, and just our bad mentality that we have in our brains, and just the bad day that we had, okay? We write it down, and what do? We're gonna close it. We're not gonna look at it. We're not gonna reread it. We're just gonna leave it, and on to the next day. I am never going to read my negative the day before journals. Never, because that's the number one thing that kills me even more, because I'm just gonna start thinking in the morning, and I'm just gonna start overthinking. Oh my God, I can't believe I did this yesterday. How stupid I am. No, I'm just gonna continue. I'm gonna close it, and the next day I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm a new person. I know yesterday wasn't my best, but that's all forgotten. That's in their journal. That negative thing is in their journal. It's not gonna come out. So I'm gonna work on my day, 5 things that I'm grateful for on the next page. Do not dare look at the negative page. And then I'm just gonna go on with my day and just write about my awesomest day, even the littlest things, okay? And so on. And honestly, it's helped me a lot. That's how I kind of see it. I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna go back to bed. That's why I really love journaling. And honestly, it gave me a bright idea, but that's for the future. Okay, another thing we should do is focus on the present. Another thing that we should focus is on the present moment. On the fear, a lot of the fear comes from worrying about the future or reflecting in the past. When we're alone, use mindfulness techniques to stay grounded in the present. Notice our sounds, smells, sights, and around you. Engage in the world in a way that helps you feel connected without needing another person. This can be going to parks, going to a cafe shop, or I like going parks personally because I just tend to be alone and I just tend to see a lot of people, a lot of their lives, and I'm just like, wow, that looks like a good couple with their dogs. Like, I bet, it just looks so comforting for me to watch. Or I like watching the ducks in their pond because I have a freaking pond in the park that I go to. I love the freaking track that we have around the park. It's amazing. Or like the little squirrels that freaking go up in our trees. Like, I love just watching those smallest things and just feeling the breeze and the fresh trees. Just being in the present moment is the best thing you can do, and it's the best positive thing you can actually do. Looking in the past, it's not gonna work on anything. You're not gonna change anything. In the future, you're gonna be worried about what's gonna come next. Why are you gonna be in alert all the time? You shouldn't be alert, okay? You should be literally in the present moment. Whatever happens right now in the decision that I'm going to make. I'm not gonna think about the past. I'm not gonna think about the future. I'm just gonna think about right now, this very moment. And that's how it should be. Another thing is building meaningful connections. Focus on building deep connections. It's not about the number of people in your life, but the people and the quality relationships. Foster connections that make you feel truly seen and heard, whether it's with family, friends, or just honestly, your therapist. Mine used to be my counselor from high school. And I was like, Then it was my dog, and it still is my dog. And now it's my friend, my lovely friend. Hi, guys. How are you? Honestly, we love laughing and we love supporting each other. We need the laugh too, and we need supporting. We don't need isolation all the time. It's good to have these people in your life because you kind of keep an update with each other and you help each other through a lot of things, and you can explain them how they can help you, because sometimes they just don't know, but they want to know. That's why they're asking. Or if they don't ask, you're also willing to come out of that and just tell them, hey, like, can you help me with this? Like, this how I want you. Kind of sounds like oh my god, what the heck is she saying? But like, that's how I communicate with my friends, and they know what I've been through in that sense. So I kind of feel like they would understand, and they do. They've told me, thank you for telling me and thank you for communicating with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm like, okay, thank you. Like, I feel really great. Thank you. Number 3, please learn to enjoy your own company. This might seem very challenging at first, but being comfortable with yourself is the number 1 key to overcoming the fear of being alone. Spend time doing things that bring you basically joy. It doesn't matter. It can be the simplest, smallest things. It can be reading a book, painting. It can be skateboarding. It can be skiing. It can be exercising, running, baking. I love baking. Oh my god, I love baking. Do I eat it? No, but I love baking because it brings peace and mind, and it brings relaxation into my body, physically and mentally, okay? And no. Okay, my thing just died, but I'm here. Okay, let's hurry up fast. Okay, yeah, for example, these type of hobbies. And honestly, I don't care what people say. When they say, oh, that's not a hobby, I don't give a crap. If it's something that you love and it's something that brings you joy and relaxation and peace of mind, that's a hobby for me, okay? Because it's nurturing yourself. It's helping yourself. It's helping your heal, okay? Like your heart to grow. Like that Grinch from the movie. 3 times, okay? Sorry, I just get super pissed when people tell me, that's not a hobby. Baking is a hobby. And I'm like, do I look like I give 2 shits? No, I do not. Sorry, but not sorry. Okay, moving on. Okay. All I gotta say is, remember, being alone doesn't have to be the meaning of being lonely. It's an opportunity for self-growth, self-discovery, and peace. So next time you find yourself feeling very anxious about solitude, try shifting it from your perspective, embrace it, learn from it, and use it as it's time to reconnect with yourself. And that's basically it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe. Comment down below what were your thoughts, or if you have any more tips, I would love to hear from them. If I did say something wrong, please let me know. I am not afraid to learn from these. I love when you guys give me feedback because I get to learn more and more and improve on this video, and just talking in general, and my stuttering. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, bye.